Welcome to Comic Core Daily. I am Drew Manchu, and I bring to you this wonderful show that I've curated myself for your enjoyment. I also want your participation, folks. Hit that live chat. Let me know how you're feeling. Hit those comments down below. Answer the question of the day. Get some free comics out of it, maybe. We're doing a giveaway. We're going to talk about that in our commercial break later on. I paid myself to play a commercial. Guys, this thing's getting out of control. I got 2 live viewers right now. Maybe more than that. I don't know. But we got a guest host today. It's Downright Nerdy Podcast. Mike, what's going on, man?
What's going on, buddy? Thanks for having me. I'm excited.
I am glad that you're here. Oh, it actually looks like some people are showing up in the chat. The StreamYards wasn't operating properly.
We got a whole bunch of people in the chat right now already.
Chaos and Comics wants to know where my X Factor shirt is. I don't have an X Factor shirt. Find me one. Send me a link. I'll buy it. Gomer's in the chat. YouTube is 90. Good to see Two Gun Pedro. Pew pew. Scott Evans is in here as well. He's one of our #1 fans on the Modern Men Show. Love Scott Evans and all of his hot takes on all the books that we read. Chris Barrett is in the chat, guys. So that means that we can get started. Mike, I'm going to do some segments. I got segments all over the place. I call myself the king of the segments. And our first segment on the show is Nerd News. The X-Men animated series is apparently coming back to Disney Plus. Well, it's already on there, folks, but we're talking about new episodes from the original production team. A couple months ago, that production team had approached Disney. It was reported widely reported that they wanted to continue the 1990s X-Men animated series, the same cast of characters and the same production team working on it. Well, just recently, Disney Plus, bam, released some new icons, the Disney X-Men icons. You can use these now on your Disney Plus to identify yourself as one of our Merry Mutants. You get most of the characters that were involved in the animated series. But wait, is this for real? What could this mean otherwise? I think that these aren't quite the same style as the animation, even though they're the same characters. I think Disney's just throwing out some Easter eggs, some fan service for the Disney Plus customers. I don't think that we're actually going to be getting new episodes of this show anytime soon, especially since the COVID-19 situation globally has slowed production to a halt in just about every avenue, and animation is something that takes a long time to begin with. Honestly, I don't think it's even a good idea to continue the stories from the 90s series when you can reboot or start over. You could also continue Wolverine and the X-Men, which was leading into the Age of Apocalypse and was a much better show for a contemporary audience, in my opinion. Mike, what do you think about this news? Do you think we're going to be getting new episodes of the old series or maybe a new series?
I wouldn't be surprised if we got a continuation from the old series. I hope not. Why mess up a bad thing? I do love your interpretation of the continuation of the newer storyline. I think that should be probably the way to go. I don't think those icons would really represent what the characters would actually look like. Because if you look at all the other characters that they have the thumbnails for or the icons for, they're a little bit like overdone. They almost look like what do you call those things? Like prototypes?
Yeah.
You know, I mean, X-Men was so iconic as a kid. You know, we all know almost every episode by heart. Why mess up a good thing?
I agree. Let's check into the chat and see what some people are saying. Gomer in the chat says they should do new stories. I don't necessarily think that's a bad idea to continue from the stories that they already did, but you should definitely give it a new spin and a new look and update things a bit. Comics Miss Explain says nobody. Cyclops says Gene. That's true. Gomer also wants to start at Hoxpox. I don't think that's good for the kiddos. It's a little too much hedonism dance parties going on. It's a lot of rubbing on each other for the Saturday morning click there. John's Comics with the Kids says, hi, guys. It's really pertinent to the conversation going on right now. But hello, John. Thanks for stopping in. Chaos and Comics. He wants to see the original group do new X-Men from Grant Morrison. I would love to see this same production group. I think they had a really good grasp on what made the X-Men unique. But I would definitely like to see things updated and a few more mature stories. I think that things have come a little bit farther in the realm of children's entertainment than they were back in the 90s. If you watch something like Steven Universe, there's definitely more grown-up ideas being thrown around. Kids are being respected more as an audience. But I agree, new X-Men would be fun to see. He wants X-Men Fish Tropic, guys. He wants real Ghostbusters, and he wants Darkwing Duck and Gargoyles. He wants all of it. Real Ghostbusters, I'd pay for more episodes of that.
Yeah.
Just from the same series. That would be great. John wants people to hit that like button and support the algorithm. I started this show with 3 thumbs down, John, and I'm not afraid to get 7 thumbs down. I talked to John yesterday about it. Every one of the Comic Core's videos is getting like a steady 5 thumbs down. I want to hit that 7 threshold. I want to be that guy.
Help us, guys. Help us get down.
Yeah, more gargoyles. I agree. Chaos wants to see Cyclops murder Professor X. That would be good. And 90 says a new look, like Clone Wars or Rebels. That would be cool. I agree. That would be cool. I'm thinking more of the style that they used for the Wolverine and the X-Men. But yeah, if they wanted to go the Clone Wars Rebels route, I would not be angry at that. I know a lot of people wouldn't dig it since it's genuinely a 2D medium, the comic book. So we'll see. Maybe 90's going to give me a thumbs down. Woohoo! Don't go past that 7. I don't want to get 8. That would be bad. But if we can get 7, I feel like that's a new benchmark.
Well,
the hater has 5 accounts. Oh, no, dude. It's really upsetting to me that you think that I only have 1 hater. Come on. I'm bigger than that. I'm big time now. I go daily. I have Bueller on the show. Come on. Now I got Mike from Downright Nerdy Podcast. Jeez. The guest list is ever growing, folks. You know why people have been joining the show as guests? I'll tell you why, Mike. I mean, maybe you have for a different reason, but I think it's because of all of my wonderful segments.
I'm here for the thumbs down. I don't know why you would think otherwise. I'm here to bring you down to 7. If anybody can bring you down to 7, it'll be me.
Regardless, we're going to go on with our segments, and our next segment is a community shout out segment, and it's some stuff that I found on Instagram. It's not just some stuff. That's right. It's cool stuff. It's cool stuff I found on Instagram. And today I want to shout out a very special comic book couple in the community. Married with Issues. Married with Issues posted a bunch of new merch that you can get at their store. I want you guys to do yourself a favor and get yourself a t-shirt with Soldier and Fuchsia only on it. And do that because just the other day was their 7th wedding anniversary. These guys go live every Saturday afternoon, and they do a show called Married with Issues, where they talk about their love of nerddom and their love of each other. It's fantastic stuff, and everybody should be checking them out. Not only is Married with Issues Instagram in the description of this video below, so is Soldier Only, so is Fuchsia Only, so is the link to their web store, and also the link to their YouTube channel, so you guys can watch them when they live stream on Saturday, and they do Married with Issues. Everybody show some great support to these fantastic members of the community, and at least you can do is like click that Instagram link and give them a follow. And then if they put in content that you like from that point, that's on them. I don't know. What else can I do for these guys? I think that they're awesome. I think that they're a great part of the community, and they pop me every time they show up in the chat. Soldier and Fuchsia, go ahead and give them a follow, guys. That right there was a segment I like to call All right, gang. That was our first two segments. We're going to be back in just a moment after a brief commercial break. Hey, Comic Core viewers. Do you want a free mystery box of comics? Well, that's good because we're having a giveaway. It's super easy to enter. Just leave a comment on any Comic Core Daily video answering the question of the day. Want extra entries? Well, you can vote in the Modern Men poll each week and leave a comment explaining your choice. This giveaway is open only to U.S. residents 18 and up, and you must be subscribed to the Comic Core. We'll compile all the entries and spin the wheel on the Friday, April 24th episode of Comic Core Roundtable, and you must be in the chat to win. Printed rules and instructions will be found in the description of this video. Good luck and happy commenting. Mainframe Comic-Con, April 25th and 26th, an absolutely free 2-day online interactive con experience that you can enjoy right from the comfort and safety of your own home. Celebrity guest interviews, comic industry professionals, cosplay contests, and so much more. Check out the website at mainframecomiccon.com and be sure to follow us on Instagram at Mainframe Comic-Con for our ever-growing list of guests and emerging schedule of events. That's April 25th and 26th, Saturday and Sunday, 2 days, absolutely free. Mainframe Comic-Con. We're bringing the convention to you. This is Andy.
Excitement's building.
This is Thursday.
I'm nervous. Breathe with me, guys.
And this is Andy on Thursday. That's right, we gave Andy his own show.
No way. No way.
Yes way, Andy.
Holy sheet.
Holy sheet indeed. Andy Given Thursday. Live every Thursday at 10 p.m. Eastern, only on the Comic Core. We are back. I hope you folks enjoyed those informational and entertainable commercial breaks there. Everybody check out Andy's new show. It's going to be tonight at 10 p.m. I'll be there. I'm just going to be getting in the way while he talks to the folks behind Mainframe Comic-Con and gets the skinny. If you guys are interested in more information about what's going on there, hit it up. If you guys are friends of the channel, friends of this new con that we're putting together, share it out. We want to get as many people knowing about the Mainframe Comic-Con as possible. And you guys saw there's a giveaway in there. All you got to do is answer the question of the day. It's real simple. All the rules are in the description below. Mike, what did you think about our commercial break?
Those are some of the best commercials I've ever seen in my life. Andy's a great friend of ours here on the show. And man, we can't be more excited about Mainframe Comic-Con. And I can't wait to tune in later tonight to see Andy interview Chuckload of Comics and Chumpcast. It's going to be great.
Entertaining. Exactly. Exactly. Guys, this is a train. It keeps on rolling. I can't stop it. I can't slow it down. All I can do is get out of the way because here comes the countdown. Oh, the studio audience is going crazy for the countdown, Mike. And you know why? Because we're going to be counting down the top X teams of all time. These are the best groups of mutants wearing like costumes, standing next to each other on the cover of comic books. They go on adventures together. Where do we start? But at number 5. Number 5, Wolverine and the X-Men. Man, I love this series. Wolverine and the X-Men is great. You know why? Because it's the best of the X-Men and the best of the concept of new mutants. You get younger kids forming teams under the tutelage of old school X-Men. It's fantastic. Okay, you get Wolverine as the headmaster of the school. He was working with Storm and Beast, Kitty Pryde, and Rachel Summers. Iceman, they're all teachers. And we get the adventures of characters like Glob Herman, of characters like Armor, characters like Eyeboy and Shark Girl, characters like Quentin Quire. You get Kid Omega's in here, but you also get Kid Gladiator, you get Brew. There are so many different characters, so many different combinations of personalities. These are some of the best adventures. Jason Aaron put together a fantastic cast. I love this team. Mike, have you ever read Wolverine and the X-Men?
I've only read a couple of them, but anything that Jason Aaron is, I got them all. I just haven't read them all.
Oh, you got to get on that, man.
I
You got to get on it. It's a great team. It's not the best team. It's the fifth.
We still got four more, right?
We got four more. And, the next step after number 5 is number 4. Number 4, X Factor. KS and Comics wanted to know where my X Factor shirt was. I'll tell you, man, I would totally wear an X Factor shirt. The 90s X Factor is one of my favorite teams of all time. You got Strong Guy and Polaris. You got Multiple Man. Quicksilver's in there, You also got the greatest character design on Havoc ever. He's wearing the head sock. He's wearing that Gambit head sock. Mm-hmm. He's got like the motorcycle jacket type deal. There's all kinds of yellow and green and blue. Man, these uniforms are absolutely great. This team is fantastic. And this is one of my favorite runs from Peter David. I absolutely love X Factor from the 90s. Mike, what are your memories of X Factor from the 90s?
My memories lie solely with Strongman, because him with that big old barbell over his head was something. I still have that somewhere in this big old mess back there. I still got it. And that was actually one of the things that kind of got me into just fitness in general, which was kind of funny, right? Comic book getting me into that. But that's my fondest memory from that series.
I tell you what, man, the Strong Guy is going to be the Build-A-Figure of a new wave of Marvel Legends, and I can't wait to pre-order that entire case. I can't wait to have a Strong Guy hanging out on my shelf. Oh, man, it's absolutely phenomenal. I love X Factor. Check out Peter David's X Factor. Everything he does with those characters is absolutely phenomenal, but it's not as good a team as 3 other teams, and we got to go on to number 3, and the number 3 team is number 3. The Astonishing X-Men of the Age of Apocalypse. The Age of Apocalypse was mind-numbingly great. I loved it. It just was overload on brand new character designs, and none of those character designs were as good as the Astonishing X-Men. We got the best Magneto character design we've ever had. Rogue has this weird Karen haircut, but she's super hot. You got Starfire looking like an absolute boss. Introduce Blink on the team, and you get Sabretooth as the Wolverine type character. And he's got Wild Child on a damn leash chain, and there's chains all over the place, a la Spawn. This is just one of the greatest, richest experiences I've ever had with art in a comic book. I love the character designs of these Astonishing X-Men. The story of Magneto and Rogue as the 2 leaders of the X-Men in their loving relationship, trying to protect their child in this Age of Apocalypse was really great. The redemption arc of Sabretooth from the through the Alpha issue, through this arc here was really awesome. The way that he used Onslaught was just absolutely pitch perfect. This was a great series and a fantastic X team. You have any interesting memories from the Age of Apocalypse, Mike?
I do. Mainly from the artwork. So a long time ago, when me and Riley first started dating, we were into cosplay, and we talked about Rogue. And the only memory that she had from Rogue was from the X-Men movies. And I said, wait, hold on. Let me show you who Rogue really is. And from this series is where I first showed her, and she said, okay, that'll work.
Yeah,
that'll work now.
Yeah, that'll do.
Didn't
just
work
nice.
Before, but now it'll work. So
absolutely phenomenal team too. Morph was on this team, and we hadn't seen Morph before since the animated series. So I believe that X-Men Alpha, Age of Apocalypse Alpha, is the first appearance of Morph in a comic outside of the animated and in the main continuity, even though this isn't main continuity. So how does one even track that? But I liked what they did with Morph, kind of turned him into a cartoony, shapeshifter that doesn't only change personalities and people faces. He can become like a big giant rubber duck if he wants. It's kind of a cool take, and I really enjoyed it. This is one of the best teams of all time. It's the third best team of all time. But we got to move on, folks, because we're getting even better as we go along. Number 2, X-Men Blue Team. The 90s X-Men was fantastic. So many characters, so much going on. They had to split the main X-Men into 2 teams, and which team was better? That's right, folks, it was the Blue Team. We all know it was the Blue Team. There's only like 2 characters on here that aren't on here that were in the cartoon, right? We got Psylocke in there as well. She's super awesome. The Blue Team was the way to go. This was the team that was followed in X-Men, whereas Uncanny followed the Gold Team. I thought that the Blue Team was the absolute tits, and I'll tell you why. Gambit's on it. Gambit's on the team, man. It's got Cyclops. It's got Wolverine. It's got everybody you think of when you think X-Men.
100% agree. Only this is my number 1.
This is your number 1. We're about to discuss why you're wrong in just a moment, but let's talk about why you're right about how this team is so great. Who's your favorite member of the Blue Team?
Wolverine. It's got to be Wolverine for me. Wolverine is the quintessential X-Men for me. He's the one that everybody goes to see. He has to be on any of the best X-Men teams, and he is.
Yeah,
and like, especially in that
you say to an 8-year-old, "Hey, guess what? This guy can't be killed, and he's got knives for hands." Who doesn't vote for that guy? Come on, it's absolutely awesome. He was on a couple of the other teams here that we talked about.
Mm-hmm.
He was the leader of Wolverine in the X-Men. Just a pawn on this team.
But look how big he looks in that picture right there. He looks huge in that picture.
He's just a little ball of muscle.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's gonna get it done. He's gonna kill things. He's gonna berserker barrage. He's gonna do all kinds of cool stuff until Magneto rips all the metal from his body, and he loses his nose and turns into a feral beast. This took a lot of weird directions for Wolverine, but he's really cool here. All right, gang. X-Men Blue, probably the most iconic X-Men team that comes to mind for most people. You might think, where does he go from here? How does it get better than that? Is he going to say giant size X-Men, all new X-Men team? No, I'm not. I'm not, because they were great, but they're probably like 6 or 7 somewhere on this list. So they don't rank. But we got a number 1, gang. And number 1, the Uncanny X-Force. The Uncanny X-Force. The murderous team that goes and takes out the anti-mutant agenda before it has a chance to strike. You got Psylocke. You got Archangel, kind of overtaken by Apocalypse. You got Phantom X. You got Wolverine and Deadpool. You got Deathlock. You also have Nightcrawler, and probably one of the most badass roles ever. This story, Rick Remender took these mutants to different places. You had all kinds of different things going on with them that you didn't really expect out of the X-Men. Big story arcs, crossovers with the Age of Apocalypse and the Exiles. You had the Apocalypse Seed. You had the introduction of Evan Savanor, the Kid Apocalypse, or whatever the heck they were calling him for a while there. The Uncanny X-Force also had the dopest costumes. What if everybody had a matching X-Men costume, but instead it was just black and gray? The little accents of red. It's the dopest thing that has ever happened in the history of X-Men. It's a murder assassin team led by Wolverine. This is great.
Badass as that is, I would keep everything that your entire ranking system the same way. I would just bump this for number 3. I think I'd bump it to number 3.
Well,
I need
I'm sorry to hear you say that.
It is what it is.
I'm sorry to hear you say that, because anytime that I get the opportunity to go into dark mode, I go into dark mode. My YouTube's in dark mode.
I need Beast. I need Beast. I need Cyclops, and I need.
This is X-Men dark mode.
Yeah.
I should have put up a dark mode meme, but that right there, folks, was the countdown. Uncanny X-Force is my number 1 pick for best X team ever. Chet, who's your favorite X team ever? Let's go ahead and see.
See.
Wow, no giant size and no Morrison. Hot take alert.
Boom. New Mutants got robbed.
90s with me there, man. 90s with me.
X Factor, New Mutants, Comics on the Mind.
John went with the GSX. Said I'm wrong.
call.
Sorry, buddy. Sorry. That's still my grail. I don't have it and I need it.
You know what's funny?
X-Men
Asking somebody
Crips.
who you know what's funny? Asking somebody who their favorite X-Men group is like asking somebody what their favorite movie of all time is. There's almost no wrong answer because
No, there is a
so
wrong
many-
answer. If
It's
your
not
favorite movie of all time isn't The Empire Strikes Back, then fuck you. I'm sorry.
well, I'm done.
No, that's the only question that I say has a right answer. Well, there's two. There's two. What's your favorite movie of all time, or what's the best movie of all time? It's The Empire Strikes Back. Anything else doesn't garner any respect from me. And who's your favorite Ninja Turtle? There's a right answer to that, and it's Raphael.
Okay, I'll agree with you on that.
Oh man, a lot of love for giant size X-Men, but I like this. The original Excalibur. Chris Barrett's got some love for the Freaky Deaky. There's some weird stuff going on in that.
Yeah.
Gomer says X Factor Investigations. I think that was also a really fun team, and there was a nice twist on the original X Factor team. I think that's good.
Yeah.
Enjoyed X Force by Kyle Yost. Yeah, it is an excellent series, but I think that that got beat out just a little bit for me by the Uncanny Remender run. Just a lot more going on that, Gore Vidal. Thank you, everybody, for your hot takes in the chat and shitting on all of my hot takes. That's what the show is all about, folks. That's what the show is all about. But it's also all about a thing I like to call segments. And here is the segment where you can get yourself some free stuff just by answering in the comments below. Now, we already discussed this earlier in our top story, but should the X-Men animated series pick up where it left off or reboot? This is the question you need to answer in the comments below for the chance to win the giveaway, which is a mystery box of free comic books. Yes, absolutely free. Chat, I want to check back in with you again, give you a chance to earn a shout out here. Let me know what you're thinking there. I think that, again, we should definitely reboot and start over and give us a different take on the X-Men, a little bit more mature take.
100% agree.
Chaos and Comics still talking about the old topic there. All Star Wars films are poor. They're fun enough, though. Ahsoka for life. No. All Star Wars films are poor, with the exception of the greatest film of all time, The Empire Strikes Back. I fixed it for you. Reboot, says JLS. Same reboot. Got a soft reboot from Chris Barrett.
Yes.
Soft reboot's a good one. I dig that. Reboot.
Yep, I agree with John. Reboot.
Never touch Dark Phoenix stuff again. Okay.
100% agree with John right here. But
this is a great comment. You need a new generation to fall in love with it. Otherwise, the initial audience pool will be too small to support the run. Absolutely agree. Same team, new show. I like that, Chaos and Comics. There's only one change I would make to that, and I would put a few more characters on the team. I think that Nightcrawler should be a part of the team all along. I think that Kitty Pryde should be a part of the team all along. Same with Iceman. Beyond those, there's not really too much that I would definitely need to add.
We're definitely
just a little
lucky.
Tweaks.
We're definitely lucky right now in the sense that kids nowadays, they have a lot more ways to kind of see all the older X-Men characters. So they're exposed to more characters nowadays. So they're going to want to see all their favorite characters come in, right? All these new characters that we didn't have in that old series.
Fuchsia only stopped in. Good to see you, Fuchsia. Hopefully anybody in the chat or watching the replay of this video who is not subbed to Fuchsia, sub to her husband Soldier Only, or follows them on Instagram, get on that stuff, man. What are you doing? What are you doing there? Come on, get on it. Reboot with the same music to start it. I think that we're all in agreement there that at least we get a really good remix of that tune would be good too. Comics Miss Explains got the best idea ever. Put X-Men in Fortnite. The kids will love it. Comics of the Mind says, hi, Fuchsia. Soldier is a beast. Get lots of love there for Fuchsia Soldier.
Yep. Great.
Bye, Fuchsia. Thank you so much, Fuchsia, for stopping by. Thank you, everybody in the chat, for participating. Remember that you can get an entry into the giveaway for a box of free comics. I'm going to load a box up, man. There's going to be 50, 60 books. I'm just going to stick them in there. I'm going to send them out. Somebody's going to be a happy camper when they get a whole bunch of books. It's going to be real easy for me to do, real easy for you to win. If you want 5 extra entries into the drawing, which will take place on the 24th of this month on the Comic Core Roundtable leading into the Mainframe Comic Con, all you guys got to do is you got to answer the poll, just a nice little vote on the Comic Core Community tab. And what are you going to look at there, guys, on the Comic Core Community tab? I tell you what, gang, I'm going to go ahead and pull up that Community tab so we can go ahead and take a look at the live votes right now for what we will be reading on Modern Men Monday night. Bear with me while I pull this damn thing up.
Oh, good. Who did you vote for? Or which book did you vote for, Drew?
Well, I'm going to tell you as soon as I pull this up here.
Okay.
We're going to run over the entire dang thing. And we'll share screen.
Yeah, I will tell you that I voted for Gideon. Gideon Falls was on that one, right? Or was that on last week?
No, that was last week.
No, that was last week's. I voted for, I'll tell you who I voted for.
Okay, there's Downright Nerdy Podcast.
God Country. I voted for God Country. That's what I did.
Okay, this is the live look-in. 73 votes. Okay, you got Chip Zdarsky's Daredevil, 25%. Little Bird, 22%. Superman Red Sun, falling to 16%.
Burp.
Invincible by Robert Kirkman at a measly 4%. Sorry, Robert. And God Country by Donny Cates sitting at 33%. So as of right now, God Country by Donny Cates is the book that we're going to be reading. That might all change. If you all go en masse and you vote for something different, that will change. All you got to do then is leave a comment down below on that poll, letting me know how you voted and why you voted the way you did. And you get 5 entries. You can do that once weekly to enter the giveaway. But more than that, watch us on Modern Men read the book that you guys voted for, because it's the best book club show on the internet. I'll say that with absolutely no fear of repercussion. Modern Men every Monday night. Mike, before we get on here, what do you guys got going on over at Downright Nerdy? Give any shout outs you got, any shows you got coming up.
We're doing our weekly show this week. We're going to record probably later on today. We might have Chuckload of Comics on as a guest this week. Let's see. We also do a weekly movie review with a bunch of other podcasters on YouTube. This week we're reviewing the movie Cube. Have you heard of it?
I have not.
Yeah, neither have I. I'm not excited to watch it, to be quite honest with you, but I got to. It is what it is. So I'll let you know how much I hate it later. Just follow us on the Instagrams and on the YouTubes. We're everywhere. Thank you. Appreciate you having me on too, by the way.
Hey, man, thank you so much for coming and hanging out. Anybody else in the chat has some time on a Monday morning, a Tuesday morning, a Thursday morning, a Wednesday morning? Next Friday's booked. I don't got anybody for tomorrow. If anybody wants to come on the show, it's 1:15 Eastern Standard Time. I'll just send you a link by 1 o'clock. Just hop on and we'll have some fun. Downright Nerdy Podcast. Thank you so much for joining me, Mike. Shout out to Riley, also a big part of the show. And in the description below, you're going to find all of the links for Downright Nerdy Podcast, including the downrightnerdypodcast.com website, which will take you just about anywhere you need to go.
Thank you.
Thanks so much for joining me, Mike.
I appreciate it.
Hey, we'll see you later, man. Thank you so much for everybody in the chat. I appreciate everybody coming out and giving us a watch today. Hit that thumbs down button or thumbs up button, whatever you're feeling. Whatever you're feeling. Leave me a comment down below. Let me know what's going on in your life. You know, your kid's sick? Man, I'll send you some thoughts and prayers. You lost your job? I'll send you some thoughts and prayers. You need some money? I'll send you some thoughts and prayers. And with that, you guys have yourself a good time. Hey, gang, make sure you hit that subscription button there. Give this video a thumbs up. And make sure you hit that notification bell. Always going live. And check out some of our other videos. Thanks for watching.